have you ever wanted to corral your data? In other words, bring up certain data based on a filter that you've put in place, and then whatever that data ends up being and being displayed, you want to remove just that data and then go back to what was not, what was filtered out to redisplay. So in other words, we're going to use the filter to find that data that we ultimately want to get rid of, those records that we want to get rid of. So let's say, for instance, we want to get rid of, the European data for some reason, okay? So what we're going to do then is we're going to turn our filter on. So we're going to go back into data, hit our filter, that turns it back on again, or turns it on, and then we're going to go to the zone. We're going to hit the select all, and so you can see this better here. And we're going to tell it that we want to just see the euro. So we're going to click onto that, hit OK. There we go. So now that's about 676 records out of 2,000, quite a few. Now we're going to select all of it. Easiest way to do this, because we don't want to delete that first row, we're going to go to the next row right below the heading. And I think the easiest way would be to click onto that row, and then on your keyboard do a Control, Shift, and then down arrow key, and that will select all the way to the bottom. We're going to do a right click on it and hit delete row. What's great about this is not going to delete the rows that are hidden right now. So it won't get rid of like rows 1939, 1940, 41, 42, 43, right? So we'll go ahead and hit delete row. There it goes. And eventually, there it goes, all gone. A lot of people freak out the first time they do this. You're like, oh, I've lost everything. No. So now what you'll do is you'll clear your filter up here. And now everything that you see there is not European. So it's everything but Euro. All right. So that's not too bad. All right. Let's say we want to go further now, since we got rid of the data, and I'm not going to hit undo. Let's say now out of this data, I no longer want to keep track of dairy products. Okay, so I don't even want that listed in here. All right, so all my dairy product transactions I want out of here. So can you think about what you want to do? Well, what you want to do is you want to go over here to the category, right? Click on that drop-down arrow. And we're going to go ahead and hit the select all. And then we're going to go with the, oh God, I forgot what I said. I think I said meat and poultry. So meat and poultry we want to get rid of. And with that, we'll get rid of confections too. So we'll get rid of those too, right? So by choosing them, that's what we're going to end up seeing, right? So we hit OK. There they are. Now we'll go to number 2 here. Click onto that. Control, Shift, down arrow key. Right click it, and then hit delete row. Wait a few seconds, boom, there it is. And now if we go back and clear the filter, now we're down to much fewer records, but we have none of the those two categories, and we don't have Europe either. So not bad. It's pretty easy to do. So now out of all of this, we'll do one more grand finale here. Let's say that we want to get rid of everybody, of all the transactions, except for those done by Hendricks and Jagger. Okay, so everybody else's records we want to get rid of, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go in there and pick within the items of the sales rep all those but Hendricks and Jagger, right? So what we'll do is we'll hit the little drop down here. Pull this down so you can see it better. And got a few in there. Hit the select all, right? And then we're going to go ahead. I guess we could do the we can leave the select all on, and we'll just go in there and deselect Hendricks and deselect Jagger. So everybody else will be displayed, right? Who we want to get rid of, right? Those won't be displayed. So we hit OK. All right. And then we're going to go ahead. Now these are everything but those two, right? So now we'll go ahead and we'll start from here. Control, Shift, down arrow key. Right click it. Delete the row. It's gone. Clear our filter. And now nothing but Jagger and Hendrix down to those but two, or minus the two categories and minus the European. So there it is. So pretty good little tool there, a little like reverse psychology on that, right? All right, so hopefully this will help you, and you know, be careful with it, because you know, if you do stuff like this and then forget and go ahead and hit OK, or close it and don't save it, or actually close it and save it, you're going to be in trouble. Unless, of course, you're using Office 365, then you've got all your different versions that you can go back to, but don't count on that, okay? But just be careful. All right, well, take care. Hopefully you enjoyed the video.